The port of Sines is Portugal's busiest commercial port. It has hoped to play a key role in promoting connectivity between Europe and Asia since Portugal joined the Belt and Road Initiative in 2018. Reports say both Chinese and American investors have placed bids on a new container terminal for the port.
This bid is not over yet, so it's still under process. There is a movement also of association of CCCCC, this big construction company of China, and one of our biggest construction companies, that they can be both interested in Sines and in other parts, in other markets, namely in Latin America, where this Portuguese company is already very present. It's good because they can face together and stronger some challenges and some interests, and can bid for some offers all over the world.
I also heard there are some competition on this construction bid from the U.S. side, and even the U.S. ambassador to Portugal, George Glass, has described Portugal as a battlefield between Washington and Beijing. So what is the Portuguese government's attitude toward this?
I don't think we are a battlefield for anything. We do whatever we want. I mean, we are not just manipulated by China or by the United States. We have our own opinions and we have our own choices. So I know Ambassador Glass personally, and I think maybe it's not exactly that, but that he meant to say. But we don't feel at all that we are a battlefield for anything. Certainly not.
Reports also suggest that the U.S. has repeatedly pressured Portugal for not using the 5G technology developed by Huawei. How do you respond to this?
The American authorities are being quite vocal on their opinions regarding Chinese technology, but we have been also quite vocal on that. I mean, my Prime Minister has been quite vocal in the European Union on this and being very clear on that as well. We have to take the measures of protecting our national interests and our interests, but without protectionism. And sometimes we can disagree and be tremendously good friends as well. I mean, Portugal is an ally of the United States. We are NATO members and allies of the United States. We are very proud allies of the United States as a transatlantic member, but we don't have to agree all the time. We in some elements we can have different opinions, and we still agree on the most important elements that links deeply the United States and Portugal.
Portugal will be the rotating president of European Union for the next half a year. Yeah. So how will Portugal help to boost the relation between China and Europe?
All aspects of the relationship between China and the European Union are key elements for us in the next semester and for these priorities. What we'll try to see is, I mean, it's the inevitable. We'll try to give and to bring to the European Union the approach that the Portuguese always had for more than 500 years now with the Chinese. We never had a single military conflict in our lives, never. And we had the presence of Macau, and Macau, it was always a bridge. It was always a result of a dialogue, never of a conflict. I think with China everything is possible. Everything is possible. But we have to dialogue. We have to speak. We don't have to agree all the time to agree in the most important things. We can respect our differences, but still agree on universal values. And President Xi Jinping has made several statements regarding climate change. The answer that China, together with Europe and the rest, give to these challenges, it will be for the sake of humanity.
Duarte has been in China for 3 years. He says the connections between the Chinese and Portuguese people are of quality. He recalled some moments of cooperation during the pandemic.
The first element, it was when COVID-19 was just here in Wuhan. We didn't have COVID-19 yet in Europe. And we saw some demonstrations in Portugal against discrimination and stigmatization of the virus. And there was a demonstration in Lisbon with nice images of Portuguese common citizens dealing together and embracing Chinese immigrants living in Portugal and visitors, which is quite impressive because it was a spontaneous thing. The second element that impressed me most was also during the pandemic when we already being affected. The spontaneity that we received from all corners of China with solidarity and offers that were made from big enterprises to small enterprises and people that were living there that I never heard before. It's elements of emotional elements that says a lot about the qualities and the links that links Portugal and China.
Duarte is a lover of the arts. He has held a number of events in this embassy hall, bringing together Chinese and Portuguese artists.
I want to be not nostalgic of the past. I want to be also devoted to the creativity and to the future, very much like the Chinese, something that I learned from the Chinese. The Chinese have a long history, but they are always oriented towards the future, building something with lots of devotion, always showing this strong instinctive survival that the Chinese society has, and I so much admire.
He said the two countries already have a strong political understanding, and now he wants a similar level in the spheres of culture and economy. Guoxiu, CGTN, Beijing.